Утренняя зарядка.
My name is Andreas. I'm 27 years old and I live in the central part of Denmark called Lee. It's my small village.
Yes.
I live in a house with a friend in the countryside, and we grow our own foods and trying to live a simple life outside the city communities.
So it's your first experience growing up in something?
I grew up in the countryside also, but I've been living in the city in Aarhus for some years, and now I returned to the countryside again. I think it's more my kind of lifestyle. I've only done one big bike travel. When I was a kid, I did a few smaller ones with my parents.
Sorry, is it the same like bikes, your parents?
Yeah, not exactly the same, but it's in Denmark. It's a big way of the cultural way of traveling and to transport yourself and. I think for us it has been from birth. Everybody was biking everywhere.
Yes, but how long time ago? I mean, this direction, people sit into the bikes and say, okay, it's good ecology and
I
stuff.
think maybe around 30 years back from now it started, because I know that my parents was not using it too much as a transportation device in their childhood, but when I was born, everybody was biking, and my parents had
how
bikes as well.
you think why?
I think it's because the bike gives you a lot of freedom in some way. It's a good means of transportation if you're not busy, but you feel like you're still progressing and getting somewhere, and if it's 15 kilometers to something, then it will only take you half an hour to ride there. So I think it's compared to take the car and have to find a parking space and have to pay for the car and the hustle about driving in the cities. Everybody would prefer the bike.
Yes,
and,
but your government, I mean your government mind level is the same height up for make infrastructure.
Yeah, and that's on most roads, and especially in the cities, but also in the countryside, there will be a bike lane also.
Yes, it just view about bike industrial.
Yeah.
I mean German or something like this. So we can return to your travel.
My travel?
Yes.
In 2013, I went on my first solo bike trip. I was meant to go all the way on my own from Buenos Aires in Argentina and to the south tip of Argentina in Ushuaia, and then all the way up to Colombia. I flew into Buenos Aires and I got my bike here in a big box and assembled it here, and then I cycled all the way down here to Bahia Blanca, and from Bahia Blanca I found Rio Colorado and followed that all the way over to the Andes Mountains. And then I went over here to Neuquén. That was my second city stop for that whole stretch. And from Neuquén I followed this river, I cannot remember the name of it, and went all the way down here to the southern part of Argentina in Patagonia. And down here there's a border crossing that goes into Chile, and I cycled that way and up again to Chile and out to Isla Chiloé with the ferry we crossed, and then up to Puerto Montt and all the way up to Santiago. And from Santiago I took a bus to somewhere up here, I cannot remember, Calama was the name of the town, and I cycled in here and crossed up of the Altiplano, and this was the desert streak that I was talking about, coming up over the mountains here and into Salar Uyuni, which is a big salt flat, like 80 kilometers and 120 kilometers the other way. And from here we went down to Sucre, Santa Cruz, up to Trinidad, and then down to Ruanabaque, and then cycled up back to La Paz, and then finished.
So how many countries you took?
3 countries: Argentina, Chile and Bolivia.